For those of you that don't know, we are one of the top 3 motor retailers in the country. We operate 150 dealerships across the UK and Ireland, and we've got a brand portfolio of just over 30 different vehicle manufacturers. So you should find us in most major cities. That portfolio that I spoke about, we're delighted in terms of how diverse it is. We operate brands from the sort of ultra prestige, if you like, the likes of Ferrari, Bentley, Aston Martin, some of those really exciting brands, through to our premium portfolio, including Jaguar Land Rover, Audi, BMW, Mercedes. And then we also offer some of our higher volume brands, such as Renault, Nissan, Ford, etc. So we like to think that if you come into one of our Lookers centres, we will have a car for you, we'll be able to sell you a vehicle. But I think it's really important to note that not only will we be able to sell you the vehicle, we also will service the vehicle as well. And that's where our apprenticeship programme really does sit within the after-sales side of the business. And I'll come on to talk about that shortly. As a business, we're really people-focused. We're under no illusions in terms of the stereotyping of what our industry entails. You've only got to talk about a salesperson and an image kind of conjures up in your mind in terms of what that looks like. I won't depict it, but I'm sure you've probably got quite a clear image. So we're really focused on how we change that stereotype and bring in a greater diverse workforce to hopefully better reflect our customer base. And that's where apprenticeships for us are a massive part. They've been a real success for us over the past couple of years. I mean, I inherited the programme back in 2017, and at the time we had 250 apprentices on programme. And of the 250 apprentices, unfortunately, we only had 1 female, which was a crazy statistic to think about it. But it's a result of having no real focus in terms of trying to make our industry more attractive to females. So over the past couple of years, I've been really lucky to work with some of our brilliant brands, some of our industry partners, including Drive My Career, to look at how we can address that and start to get more females engaged in coming and working in our industry. And the impact of that was true through our apprenticeship program. So we ended up enrolling over the last 4 years, just over 35 female apprentices onto the program, which is still a really tiny number, but it's massive growth in terms of where we were. And through our partnership with the likes of Drive My Career, we were able to launch a female apprenticeship network. And that network was designed to give the females coming into the industry a place for them to network amongst each other, share experiences, and ultimately to hopefully demonstrate our role models for young people who may be considering an opportunity within the industry, but who possibly hadn't thought about it. So it's been a really exciting couple of years from an apprenticeship perspective, certainly within Lookers. Across our sector, across our industry, there's some really exciting things coming down the line as well, and I want to just share a couple of things with you. So first of all, the first point to raise is electrification. I think it was just before COVID, the announcement came out from the government that by 2030, we're no longer going to be able to sell diesel and petrol engines anymore. And it kind of got swallowed up a little bit in the chaos of COVID. But coming back out of COVID, there's a massive focus from all of our brands to look at what that actually means to us. And it's really exciting to be part of the industry as we move through this change from the internal combustion engine, petrol, diesel, through to electric vehicles. And I think to kind of conceptualize that, I think the last big change for our industry was at the turn of the 1900s, or the beginning of the 1900s, I should say, when everyone used to travel around the country on horse and cart. And then all of a sudden the combustion engine came along and everyone was able to get to places in a car and a vehicle, and we had transport, which was amazing. And where we're about to move into as an industry is probably the same sort of perception in terms of that change in transport. It's a once in a generation type of change, and to be involved in it, to be at the forefront of it and to be getting trained in it, etc., it's massively exciting. And I think that's where apprenticeships really do fit into this. If we're talking about electrification and the new technologies that come online, there's going to be brand new ways of doing things that we've probably never ever seen before. And we need to ensure that the people that come into our industry are trained to the highest level. And the apprenticeship program absolutely delivers us that. It gives us a structured, high quality training program delivered by some of the biggest global brands around the place to deliver that really high quality skilled training. So apprenticeships will absolutely be at the forefront of change and technology as we start to see more and more of these electric vehicles come online. And I think not only will we start to see electric vehicles, we'll also see some other alternative power solutions coming online as well. So the technology will just grow exponentially. So it's massively exciting. And just to bring that down a little bit further in terms of the session today, I think as an apprentice in the industry, we're really fortunate to be able to get access to some excellent, world-class, dedicated support when it comes to well-being. From a training provider perspective, all of our training providers are set up to have dedicated safeguarding leads and welfare teams who will work with our apprentices if for any reason they feel that they need to get involved and to support them.